Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Idha modate pecca modate kata punyo ubhayatta modate. So modati so pamodati diswakam visuddha mattano. Venerable Chief Naika Thero, friends and children in the Dhamma, today is the eve of Vesak. Tomorrow, in New Jersey Buddhist Vihara, we have a major celebration of Vesak. By observing 8 or 10 precepts and by following on the footsteps of the Buddha, by joining in meditation and learning the Dhamma and sharing, engaging in all sorts of wholesome deeds. So, with an invitation for all of you to join with those wholesome deeds tomorrow in the temple premises, let's begin our today's usual Saturday Dhamma talk. We are continuing the Dhammapada, the twin verses. It is about happiness we are talking on this talk. How to generate happiness, how to create happiness. Let me begin in this way. There is a Chinese saying. Once I heard this. It says, if you want to be happy for 1 hour, have a good sleep for 1 hour, have a nap for 1 hour, you will be happy for an hour. If you want to be happy for a day, this is a Chinese saying, nothing to do with religion. It says, go for fishing. Go fishing and you will be happy for a day. And it says, if you want to be happy for a month, get married. Well, I have no idea about it. Hopefully you know. Then it says, if you want to be happy for a year, inherit a fortune, possess or receive, get a fortune, you will be happy for a year. And finally, it says, if you want to be happy for or in your whole life, give happiness to others. Give happiness to others. You will be happy in your life. Giving decides what you are getting back. We are getting back what we gave. in this present life, in the past of this present life, and in the past life. If you believe, whatever you gave are getting back, and no one can stop what you are getting back, because you are getting back what you gave to the others. The results are coming back to you. So stop complaining. Don't complain if you are getting back misery. Don't complain if you are getting back pain, suffering, because they are all nothing but your giving. People only worried, they get worried when they are getting ugly, miserable, suffering. They say it is my karma. Only when they are in miserable, only when they are in suffering. But it is also karma when you are getting good things, when you are getting comfort, luxury, happiness, joy, bliss. It is also your karma. You get energy, strength to create happiness in others, and you are receiving back. You are getting back the results of that effort to generate happiness in others. You are getting back what you deserve. You don't get anything what you don't deserve. If you get something what you don't deserve, it won't last with you. It won't help you to become happy. So the karma, we are well aware of it, that karma always returning to us. Action returns to us as the reaction, as the results. So before you commit into the action, better be mindful of it, better be aware of it, that one day, sooner or later, this action will bear results, will bear sweet or bitter fruits. Why should I plant those trees which one day bear bitter fruits, which one day give me back miserable results? So better be careful with the action. You have to be worried with the karma when you are performing it, not when you are getting back. If you are worried about your action, nothing to worry about the future. Because what you are and who you are today matters for you to be who you are tomorrow. Today is tomorrow. Today you exert yourself to generate happiness in you, in others. You worked for your today. You discover what generates misery in you. You get rid of the circumstances, the people, or materials, whatever. Doesn't matter. If anything generates misery in you, if you are hold to them, those things that generate misery, your misery will never end. Quicker let go of them. Faster your happiness will be. So therefore, try your best to get rid of as much as possible from the situations, people, materials, environments which generate misery in you. There are will be the people, situations and materials which helps you to maintain a calm, peaceful, happy consciousness within you. And you maintain that happiness in you. When it comes to next day, when today, yesterday, you are naturally happy. Because habit pattern is to find the environment that you are happy. Find the reasons for you to be happy. Avoid situations that you to become unhappy. When your pattern is to find happiness in you, naturally this habit pattern will continue. From day by day in this life, also this habit pattern will continue to the next life. Wherever you will be a happy person. Because you avoid, you ignore, you just be detached from the situations that generate unhappiness in you. And you are embracing the situations, people that generate happiness in you. This is one of becoming happy. If you are embracing the people and the situations, or whatever you call them, they are generating in you and you are embracing them. Whose fault is that you are unhappy? Your fault. It is your fault that you are unhappy because you are being attached to those circumstances that generate misery in you. Faster you get rid of them, faster you are detached from them, would be better for you to become peaceful, happy and contented, joyful. This is the way our mind works. If our mind is habitually into the circle of misery, this habit pattern will continue. Look for the negative things, negative people. Look for the situations to make yourself miserable. That habit pattern will continue. Such a person is never happy. He is unhappy even he is to be born in heaven. Even in heaven, he doesn't know how to be happy because he looks for the situations to make him unhappy. Even a darkmost cloud, there is a silver lining. It is a saying. It means look for the positivity, even the most negative situation, and embrace that positivity. ignore that negativity, then you know how to find happiness. The other way of finding happiness is giving happiness. If you give happiness to others, with what? With your words you give happiness to others. A compliment. What a change can make in others. A compliment. Seeing something good, nice, genuinely you say, you are a compliment. Look how the person hears your compliment. Look the facial expressions of that person. Suddenly, like a flower, that person is bloomed. That person shows such a happiness in his heart, in his or her heart, because of your simple word compliment. And you just can feel in your heart, oh, I generate some happiness in him with a simple word. But we do not know how to compliment. Or criticizing. Thousands of beautiful, pleasant, no situation there. But we look for ugly, unwholesome, something negative, for the simple reason that we are looking for situations to criticize. It is rare we can hear a genuine compliment, but criticism is everywhere to find. It does matter you do hundreds of good deeds. If you make one error, if you make one mistake, there are thousands of people to criticize that one mistake, but there is almost no one to compliment that hundreds of good deeds. See how our mind is looking for negativity, looking for things which are some that we have to avoid. It is the nature of our mind, looking for the darkness, looking for the garbage, and ignore lotus, ignore flowers, they look for garbage. With a simple word, with a little bit of effort physically, over time you can generate so much of happiness in others. There are people who are in misery. They don't have anyone to hear. There is no need to hear their story, what they say. If they can tell it to somebody else, they will be unburdened. Their misery is lessened. With that sharing, but nobody to listen. Nobody there willing to listen to them. You don't need to spend even a single dollar to generate happiness in others. What you must need is a willing heart A heart that has the desire, that a heart which is willing to generate happiness in others. That's all. So at any moment, the opportunity is there always to generate happiness in others. And who are others? Maybe your family members, your father, your mother, your siblings, your neighbor, your friend, someone. There will be somebody that you can generate happiness in them. And if you do this continuously, what happens? It becomes your habit pattern. If you want to generate happiness in others, if it becomes your habit pattern, what happens? By and by, there will be natural growth in you. That is nothing but the happiness. That's what Buddha is saying here. Idha modati. The person who puts his best effort to generate happiness in others, he is happy in this life. Sooner or later that person becomes a happy, joyful person. Bound to happen. This is the karma which is to bear results in this life itself. This is the karma which becomes you. This is the karma which becomes a shadow of yours. It is following everywhere. So we have to change ourselves. The mind which is criticizing, look for stuff to criticize, must be changed to a mind that look for things to compliment. If you can compliment at the right time, people can change. Among thousands of errors, mistakes, weaknesses, there are some good things. People are neither black nor white. People are always black or white. Black and white. They are always black and white. Good and the bad together. And we criticize the bad, thinking that we can help this person to get rid of the bad. Never happens. Never happens. Why? People are always a mixture of good and the bad. We can never get rid of the bad. But what we can do is enlarge, enhance the good. We can enhance the good. How to enhance the good? Whenever the good happens, compliment. Simple thing, compliment. Everybody likes to hear a compliment. How nice when somebody say, "Oh, you are a good person. You are a kind man." Anybody would be joyful when he hears these words. When somebody does a generous deed, somebody becomes generous. Oh, you are such a generous person. Simple words. But these words can lift that individual to such a higher level of mind. He will be repeating this good deed. There was this situation. Once Buddha was invited by a man to receive his dana. Buddha and a group of monks went to his house. This man was not a good character. He was considered some kind of an evil person in that society. Everybody in the neighborhood knew about his evil character. But Buddha went to his house. And after the dana, there is always a talk. Some teaching of the Dhamma. And that day Buddha himself gave the talk, and there was no any kind of Dhamma but the compliments. Buddha was complimenting this man who was for the first time doing a dana, but a notorious character in the society. And the monks were surprised. It's clear that the Buddha didn't know about this man's character. That's why he is complimenting this man. We must tell the Buddha about this man when we go to the temple. So in the evening, in the Dhamma hall, the monks gathered and started narrating about this man to the Buddha. Buddha stopped them. No need to tell me. I know very well about that man. And they asked the Buddha, then why did you compliment? Why did you make such a vast compliments on this man who is a notorious person? Buddha says, he might be notorious in 1,000 manners. But today, he gave dana. He made an offering. I just complimented it. I just praised him. What is wrong with it? And it so happened, when they were discussing with the Buddha, this man came again to the temple and invited the Buddha again for a dana. Not that the Buddha wanted dana from him. He had so much of devotees to offer dana. But his compliments brought this man back to the temple. And again, this man came to the temple, and by he became a noble character. With what? No miracles, but with a small compliment. With a compliment, Buddha could change a man. We are his followers, and tomorrow we are celebrating his birth, his enlightenment, and his passing away. We are monastic followers, and you are followers in the household, at home. But we are all equally Buddha's followers. And if we are real followers, we have to take these advices of Buddha into our hearts and change ourselves from criticizing to complimenting. I don't say that you don't have situations that you should not criticize. Of course, there are situations that you should criticize. At the same time, you have to remember, more than criticizing, praising and complimenting can bring a person to a greater, higher, more noble goals, aims. What I'm saying is, you have opportunities every moment to generate happiness in others. Such a person, by and by, no matter what kind of bad karma, what kind of unwholesome karma he may have done in the past life, and he had brought to this present life and suffering in this present life. It doesn't matter. What matters is he is transforming in this life into a new direction. That direction is he is no putting effort to generate unhappiness in others, but putting effort to generate happiness in others. In this new path, if he is to walk every day, every moment, gradually, his unhappiness, his misery will be lessened. His joy, his happiness will be highlighted, developed. Bound to happen. Bound to happen, because the karma does not wait for the next life. The karma has its own results in this present life itself. In this life itself, Sanditiko, he will be witnessing the results of his karma. So generate happiness in others, and gradually happiness will be your inheritance. And if you are happy today, there is an assurance that you will be happy tomorrow. If you are unhappy today, there will be no guarantee that you can be happy tomorrow. First, be happy today. That is the rule. First, be happy today. Idha modati. First, be happy today. And tomorrow, you will be naturally joyful. For example, if you go to sleep tonight in sadness, in stress, being worried, or whatever mentally depressed, stressed, sad situation, if you go to sleep at night, your dreams will be sadder. Your dreams will be angry dreams, sad dreams, miserable ones, nightmares. And you wake up tomorrow morning in sadness. Don't ever think that you will be waking up in happiness if you go to sleep sadness. So go to sleep, the way you're going to sleep matters for the way you wake up. Your wake up decides the way you went to sleep. And you are bringing today to tomorrow. Tomorrow will never become a brand new, a fresh one, if you bring today to tomorrow. But if you go to sleep with happiness, remember, the states of our mind is always related. If you are sad, it means you are sad about something. If you are angry about something or someone. If you are miserable, depressed, stressed, worried, or about something. But if you are happy, you no need find any reasons. Just imagine yourself you are happy. Then you are happy. Imagination enough. Because in this present moment, you try, Can you become sad? Can you become angry for the present moment, about this present moment? So before you go to sleep, just bring your mind to the present moment. And the traditional Buddhists have another methods, another formulas. Before they go to sleep, they chant either the virtues of the Buddha, Itipiso Bhagava Arahan Samma Sambuddha, or the Karaniya Metta Sutta. Yeah. Before they go to sleep, they chant this. And after that, they go to sleep. And that is an ideal manner to go to sleep, chanting the Buddha's words. But for a meditator, he just go to the present moment, make his mind blank, make his mind contentless, just breathing. Observing the breathing, he goes to sleep. Tomorrow a fresh one, a fresh day, a new beginning, a pleasant sleep, smooth sleep, no nightmares. So every day he goes to sleep happy. He goes to sleep without any negativities, and he wakes up happy with the positivities. This is the same for our last sleep. One who used to go to sleep with happiness, bound to go to sleep as his last sleep. He will go to that last sleep with happiness. Bound to happen, because it is his achinna karma, the habitual karma. It is the habit pattern of the mind. He go to sleep with happiness. And his next life, wherever it is, it will be a happy one, because he went to sleep in happiness. He will wake up somewhere joyful, blissful, happy. That's what Buddha says in this stanza. Idha modati pecha modati kata punyo ubhayatta modati so modati so pamodati diswakam visuddha matantano. Here he rejoices. Having passed away, he rejoices. In both places, he who has done wholesome deeds rejoices. He rejoices, he is delighted, having seen the purity of his own actions. There was a gentleman, householder, a father of 7 sons and 7 daughters, huge family. He was called Dhammika, the devotee. He was such a virtuous person. He did good deeds, and he also got his children to do good deeds. Children follow father. And it was such a contented life. He was so happy. And when he was getting old is not something miserable as many people think. It is a luxury that many people will not get. So if you get old, remember that there are billions or millions in the world do not have this opportunity to get old. Yeah. And he got old graciously. Why is gracious when he's old? Because his life is full of happiness. He was creating happiness in others. It was rejoicing for him in his old age. My youth, my days which had strength in me was sacrificed for the happiness for others. And in the old age, in that weakness, he was rejoicing it. He was constant listener to the Buddha. Buddha is teaching in the monastery and he went to the Buddha as often as possible. He was lying on his deathbed. He knew that the death is approaching to this body. My departure is soon. So he requested his children to go to the temple and fetch some monks here. When the monks came, he requested these monks to chant the Satipatthana Sutta. The monks sitting aside to his bed, he is lying down, he is lying and listening to the monks chanting. Suddenly he, with a loud noise, he said, "Stop, stop." Then the monks thought, he is calling to us to stop. He is talking to us. They stopped the chanting. Children started weeping because children thought, our father has never stopped a chanting. His mind must have become confused. When somebody is about to die, if the mind becomes confused, it is not a good sign. So the children started weeping. The monks thought, this is not the place to stay anymore. We better leave. Monks went back. The devotee, the Dhammika, opened his eyes and asked, what happened? Why? The monks are no more here. The children said, Father, you yourself told the monks to stop chanting. Devotee said, I did not tell the monks to stop chanting. I was talking to those divine beings who had come down from the 6 divine realms. Chatum Maharajika Tavating Sayama Tusita Nimanarati Paranimita Vasavat. They have come down from those 6 divine realms and they are contesting with each other to take me to their divine realms. Each messenger, charioteer is contesting and asking me to come to their divine realm. I wanted to stop them. I wanted to ask them to wait until I finish listening to this chanting. I was talking to them. Still the children thought their father is talking nonsense. Then the Dhammika asked them to bring a garland of flowers and asked them, you have heard about these divine realms. What is the best of these divine realms according to your understanding? They said, Tusita divine realm is the best one. The future Buddha is there. Then he said, okay, determine that may this garland be hung on to the vehicle came from the Tusita divine realm, throws upward. And when that child threw that garland with that determination, they saw the garland is hanging in the middle of the air. They didn't see the vehicle. Then the Dhammika told them, I am going to be reborn there. I am going to the Tusita heaven. You know how I got this opportunity, that my rebirth is a promotion from human realm to the divine realm. You know how it happened. So follow me. So follow the way that the Buddha told us to live and come to me. Don't lose this opportunity. Don't lose this precious human life to get a demotion as your next life. Use this precious moment for a promotion of your, for a promotion as your next life. Make your next life a promotion, not a demotion. And he closed his eyes. It says he woke up in that vehicle as if somebody waking up from his sleep. When the monks went to the temple, Buddha asked them, what happened? Then they narrated the story. Buddha said, he was not talking to you, he was talking to the divine beings. The monks were surprised and they exclaimed, this Dhammika was a joyful person in this life. Now he is in a much more joyful place. When Buddha heard the exclamation of the monks, he uttered this verse, Ida modati pecha modati. He is happy here, he is happy hereafter. Now, some part of the story may not be acceptable for some people. It doesn't matter. When a story go from generation to generation, there can be things to add to it. Also, there can be things missing. Story is the story. But what matters is the message that we have to receive from this story. You create happiness for others. You find happiness, you find reasons to be happiness in this life. You generate happiness in you by generating happiness in others. You have all the opportunities are there to generate this happiness. Happiness will be your inheritance in the future. In this life itself, you will find that happiness in your heart. If you are happy today, in this life you are happy, you will be happy tomorrow. And you will be happy hereafter in the next life. That's enough for today. Let's share all these merits that we generate together with our departed ones, if they are in a happy place, if they are in an unhappy place. May they be rejoice with our happiness, and may they be happy, peaceful, joyful by the power of this happiness we receive from the Dhamma. May all divine beings be rejoiced with us. May their protection be with you. May their guidance be with you. So let's share all these merits together with our departed ones and the divine beings. Akasatta cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanang chirang rakkantu desanang chirang rakkantu mam paranti idang me ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo idam me ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo idam me ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Blessings for you. Dukkharoga bhaya vera soka sabbe upaddava anekantaraya pi vinassantu cha tejasa jaya siddhi dhanang labhang sotti bhagyam sukam balang siriyayu cha vanno cha bhogang buddhi cha yasava satavassa jayu cha jiva siddhi bhavantu te ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti Iminate samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu,